Revenge films.
My name is Thomas. I live with my wife and my daughter as a happy family of 3. After having experienced a divorce once 5 years ago, I was very careful about getting married to my current wife. The reason for the divorce was my ex-wife cheating on me, not just once, but I discovered that she had 5 partners in our 3 years of being married. Because of that, I couldn't trust anyone anymore, and for a while, I had no desire to even have a girlfriend. However, my wife is a French woman, and not only was she beautiful on the outside, she had a really kind personality. And because she was the complete opposite of my cheating ex-wife, we began to date. About 2 years after we started dating, I decided to get married to her. Our daughter joined us shortly after, and my life was wonderful. Then one day, I got a phone call out of nowhere from my former classmate Steven. I was never particularly good friends with Steven, and because he was a bully, a lot of our classmates didn't like him either. For that reason, I didn't know why he was suddenly calling me, and even though I was unsure, I decided to answer the phone. Hello?
Yo, it's been a while.
Yeah, long time. What's the matter? Why are you calling me?
Actually, I've been having an affair with your wife for more than a year now, so I want you to divorce her.
What? That has to be a lie!
No, really?
Right off the bat, I was being told that he was having an affair with my wife, and I was sent into a state of shock and confusion. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to my wife about this. If it's the truth, then I'm gonna hire a lawyer for any further discussions, so I can't get a divorce straight away.
Lawyer? But I have no intention of paying any sort of settlement fee.
After having an affair with my wife, that won't fly.
But I also know all of your secrets, you know.
Steven said that full of confidence, and told me that he wanted to show me the evidence. I had no idea what he was talking about, but that weekend, I decided to meet Steven at the cafe he told me to go to. When I got to the cafe, Steven was already sitting at the table, and he was waving over at me in good spirits.
Long time no see. Looks like you haven't changed.
Cut that out! What secrets are you talking about?
Well, this is what I'm talking about.
Steven placed a photo in front of me, of my current wife and I.
This is a photo of you and your affair.
Excuse me?
Even though you got married to Naomi, the most popular girl in school, who do you think you are cheating on her? That's why I always planned on destroying your happiness someday.
Naomi?
I stole your wife at the school reunion, and now we're gonna have a baby. So hurry up and divorce her.
But my wife is a French woman. That woman in that photo. When I said that, Steven looked confused and fell silent.
What? How? You're joking, right? You're telling me that you're married to a woman that beautiful? Didn't you get married to Naomi?
Naomi is my ex-wife. You know, I divorced her a long time ago, right?
What the hell? I was gonna teach you a lesson by stealing your wife from you. Are you telling me that was for nothing? I was even going to film your reaction.
Steven was jealous of my happiness and laid hands on my ex-wife, and had even gotten her pregnant. Even though she was my ex-wife and a stranger to me, now I couldn't believe what this guy was doing to a woman. However, I already knew that justice would be served without me having to do anything. That's why I decided to tell Steven that truth. Naomi was cheating on me with multiple men. That's why I divorced her. I heard she got remarried to a gang member right after that. Did you know? Not only that, but apparently, he's a pretty high-up member of the gang. When I informed him of my ex-wife's current situation, his face went as pale as a ghost. I then went in to deliver the final blow to Steven. Naomi's new husband is actually my best friend's older brother. Naomi doesn't know this, but her current husband is actually infertile. So I wonder what he'll do when he finds out she's pregnant.
No way!
Steven panicked, and he immediately tried to call my ex-wife. In harsh words, he tried to tell her to abort the child, but she said that she was going to claim that it's her husband's child and give birth, and hung up the phone.
This is a joke, right? What's gonna happen to me? I need to tell Naomi that her husband is actually infertile!
Steven tried to call her again, but she never picked up the phone, and in the end, he wasn't able to tell her about her husband's infertility. I turned my back to Steven as he sat there desperate and helpless, and I walked out of the cafe. About a few days after that, Steven suddenly showed up at my office. And when I saw him, I was at a loss for words. He was a completely different person from when I saw him a few days ago, and was battered from head to toe. I didn't want to cause a scene at the office, so I reluctantly told him I would meet him after work, and I instructed him to wait at a pub nearby my office building. When I finished up work and got to the pub, Steven was sitting alone at the counter, almost like a homeless person. Hey,
Thomas, help me!
as soon as I spoke to him, he started crying and begging at me. So I told him to calm down as I tried to get him to explain what was going on to me. According to Steven, my ex-wife's husband found out about the affair, and he's been chasing after him over the last few days. At this rate, it was only a matter of time before he would get caught. So he was asking me to talk to my best friend and get him to get his brother, my ex-wife's new husband, to stop. I'm sorry, but that won't be possible.
Why not? I don't know what's going to happen to me. This is a matter of life and death.
Even if you say that, both my best friend and his parents have already cut off all ties with Naomi's husband.
What?
My best friend and his parents are very honest people, but the oldest son was always getting into trouble, so they've already let him go. That's why there's nothing I can do for you in this situation.
No way. But the whole reason this is happening is it's all your fault. Ever since we were students, everything was all about you. And you even got a pretty wife, and that's why I stole her at the reunion to make you feel my pain. If you were divorced, then you should have said that from the beginning.
Knowing that he tried to steal somebody's wife for such a pathetic reason, I couldn't even find the words to respond.
To make up for this, you better give me your pretty French woman wife, and I'll let her go after one night.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course I am. I don't know what's going to happen to me anymore, so at least let me have one last good time.
Hearing his blatant misogyny, I had reached the limit of my patience. And just as I was about to start lecturing Steven, the door to the pub swung open. Then, a well-built man stormed in as his voice echoed throughout the pub.
I finally found you, damn it! This is bad. That's her husband! After laying hands on somebody else's wife and getting her pregnant, on top of that you're trying to run away! Are you begging to get beat up? Please help me! I swear I didn't know that she was your wife! That's none of my business! Now hurry up and come here! You're going to pay for what you've done! You better get ready! Thomas, please help me! I'm begging you!
Steven was desperately crying to me for help, but of course, I had no intention of doing so, and I left him there. Within a matter of seconds, Steven was taken and shoved into a car by my ex-wife's husband, and he never came back. A while after that, I was walking around town with my wife and my daughter one day when I saw Steven driving a car with fully tinted windows. He had terrible bags under his eyes, was practically skin and bones, and was missing patches of hair from his head. He had the window open and was yelling slurs at the car in front of him. But when he opened the door and stepped out, I glanced at his swinging arms and saw very clearly that he only had 4 fingers on his hand. I realized that that day, he was in fact put through a gang ritual. And even though I knew he did it to himself, I did feel some pity for Steven. According to rumors I heard afterwards, after getting caught by my ex-wife's husband, Steven was sued for an enormous settlement fee that he would never be able to pay. So in turn, he was forced to do very shady work for the gang and had to throw his life away. As for my ex-wife, she was dumped by her husband and became a single mother and would have to pay back the settlement fee while raising the child alone. Her husband showed no mercy in collecting a huge settlement fee from her, and he even placed an interest on it. So there's no doubt that my ex-wife will be suffering as she tries to pay back a settlement fee that she may never be able to pay off for the rest of her life. As for me, as usual, I'm living a wonderful life with my wife and my daughter. When I was first made to suspect my wife of cheating on me, I did panic, but I'm just so glad that it was nothing in the end. And now, all I want is to continue living happily ever after with this family.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.